taken off this list, so I reckon somebody's made a boo-boo somewhere, and they've taken this off. Right.
Anyway.
Oh, are we live? Oh,
yeah.
Hello, everybody.
I voted, but the score says nil all. Oh dear.
Let's have a quick look at. I'm just going to have a quick look at numbers before. Yes. Right, the poll is still 6-0 at the moment, and the numbers that we talked about, the Quizlet, that hasn't changed. So I shall
what's
go.
The poll? I don't know if Charles is on about the.
Going to that one
on the poll on the live stream bit. Anyway, folks, how are we all?
Oh, I see what it means. It's doing the same as what it did a couple of weeks ago. People are voting, but it's not showing up.
Okay.
So we'll just have to wait for a while. Anyway, good evening, everybody. Charles, Mick.
Good evening, Richard. Good evening, world. Richard. Rocky's happy on his brush, but he's getting through it already.
You should show them.
It's another story, folks. He's got this tube brush. And he's chopping away at it at the moment. Anyway, I hope everyone is well. I'm suffering here today. I slept funny on my plate in my arm, on my shoulder, and it's killing. So I am breaking the pain barrier tonight.
Yes.
Good evening, Pulsar.
Evening, Pulsar.
Pulsar saying hello, Rocky, but he's not interested at the moment because he's eating. Anyway, let's get on with the show.
Yes.
Another interesting week. 2,398 views. We only picked up 3 subscribers after the hurrah of the week before, but that's fine.
New subscribers are new subscribers.
Yes, so welcome if you're new. Welcome to the Madhouse. What have you been watching? Well, there's everything that's in the top 3 this week is stuff from last week. There's no old stuff. It's all new. So number 3 was the album review of Council Skies by Noel Gallagher and the High Flying Birds.
Oh, right. Okay.
101 people have watched that.
That's good.
Yes. Monday's The Who album ranking 135.
Okay, yes, I expected a few for that, yeah.
Yes, but number 1, 5
you and Naomi
priceless vinyls in our collections with Naomi from 365 Days of Prague. 231 people, and that was a film. If you haven't watched it, why not? It was really good.
It was, and what I liked about it was Naomi's rationale for declaring something as priceless.
Yes.
I thought her rationale behind the lot of stuff was really interesting, and the little stories that went with it as well.
Yeah, some really good ones. The top short last week was Oxygen 3 with 67.
Right.
Yes.
Now, is that Oxygen 3 as in song number 3, or it's not?
The album, the third of the trilogy.
That's right. Okay, that's good numbers then.
Yes. So the 28 days, 60 subs, 11,335 views. Again, this is dominated by my collaborations. Number 3, we've got the 1970s number 2s with Richard. And sandwiched between the number 1, which is the 1980s, is Naomi. So she's sandwiching between Richard and me. And so, yes.
Yes, I could come up with a phrase for that, but I'm not. Because
top short is still Get It On from when I went to see T-Rex to see. 414 now, very popular.
Right, you know.
Yeah, so we've had 184,138 views since May the 14th, 2021. And now we're sitting proudly at 1,015 subs. And guess what? No change in the top three. Jethro Tull's gone up about 25 this week. That was the big move. That status quo still 6, 7, 4, 8. And the best watched short is still Oxygen with 1,975 views. Last week's Battle of the Debuts as the closest one we've ever had.
Yeah.
All by one vote. And the winner by one vote was Scorpions 19, UFO 18. That was close.
And it was the community. It was the community vote that put it down, gave it to Scorpions. The live chat had it for UFO.
Oh. So today is the Battle of Wales. We've got the Manic Street Preachers against the Stereophonics.
Did you practice your Welsh?
Yes, I had to look up how to say where they come from. I think it was Stereophonics. They come from, was it Cumbran in the Sion Valley?
Cumbran, yeah.
Cumbran.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's time to look into what I've been listening to and how that we're doing in the laundry list. Nothing's been added to the work in progress because I have been listening to other stuff for other things I'm doing on the channel. But Morrissey, we're getting there. 13 out of 14. His new album's due out sometime, so it all depends on when that comes out is when we're going to rank them. Nectar, we're up to 9 of 15. Getting on with that. FM, loving listening to FM, 6 of 13. Prefab Sprout, really good listening to them, 7 out of 10. The Doors, I'm now into post Jim Morrison. Yeah. The Doors, I'm at 7 at 9. Clanad, 12 of 16. Tokyo Blade, having a bit of a nostalgia on 3 of the 13. Sonic Youth, 3 of 15. Delane, who I'm becoming a big fan of, 3 of 16. Sound with Amberian Dawn, 3 of the 9. The Groundhogs, I've done 3, and I've been listening to some Tony Banks solo, 3 of those. And I completed the B-52s at last. So it's now over to the hatches, matches, and dispatches.
Good evening, folks. Right, a little bit of trivia for you. Last week's Quizlet, 42 of you answered, only 16 got it right. And I'm pleased to say that the same sort of thing is happening again with tonight's little quiz. I'm not going to tell you the answer till next week. Last week, well, you'll have seen whenever you voted, you see what the answer is. But we took great delight in the fact that so many of you got it wrong. Anyway, hatches, matches, and dispatches. Well, we've only got 3 dispatches to tell you about. The 15th of June, we lost Dan Lardner, American singer and guitarist with a band called QTY. The 18th of June, we lost Teresa Taylor, and she was a drummer with a band called Butthole Surfers. And on the 20th of June, we lost John Waddington, a guitarist with the pop group and Maximum Joy and Perfume. However, birthdays, boy, we've got a list for you tonight. So going from youngest to oldest. 42 years old today is Chris Urbanovich, guitarist with a band called Editors. 47, Gordon Mokes. He plays in Block Party. 53 today is Stephen Page, Canadian singer-songwriter with Bare Naked Ladies. We got 3 people who are 59 today. We got Tony Cunningham from Wet, Wet, Wet. Kevin Sargent from the band Thrashing Doves. And Dickie Barrett, an American rock and ska singer with the Mighty Boss Tones. 60 today is Anne-Marie Ruddock from Amazulu. 62 today is Bobby Gillespie from Primal Scream and Jimmy Somerville from Bronski Beat and the Communards. 65 today is Ruby Turner, Jamaican British rock singer known for the song Nowhere to Run. 66 today, and we've got a non-musician listed. We have John Ryder, bassist with the band Face to Face, Gary Beers from In Excess, and a lot of Brits will know this name, Danny Baker, writer and radio DJ, is 66 today. 67 today is Green Gartside, a vocalist, rock vocalist with Scritti Politti, and Derek Forbes from Simple Minds. Now, we mentioned her last week, Cyndi Lauper. Sorry, not last week, the week before, because she is going to be part of one of the viewers' debut battles. She is 70 years old today. And we've got 4 people who are going to be 74. We have Larry Junstrom, a rock bassist with 38 Special. Junior Marvin, better known to his family as Donald Hanson Marvin Kerr Richards Jr., is a Jamaican reggae and session guitarist with the Wailers. Gary Moffat, a guitarist with April Wine, and Alan Osmond from the Osmond Brothers and Donnie Marie, 74 today. Wow. 75, and this shocked Iain whenever he heard it. Todd Rundgren, the American singer-songwriter, multi-instrumentalist and producer. I mean, I was surprised to find that he produced The Tubes, XTC, and Grand Funk Railroad. 76 today, we have Howard Kaplan, rock and roll musician songwriter with the Turtles and Flo and Eddie. 79 today is Peter Asher, and you better know him. He's a pop singer and guitarist. He's an artist manager and a record producer for Linda Ronstadt and James Taylor, but you'll know him best as one half of Peter and Gordon. 80 years young today is Ralph Molina, a drummer with Crazy Horse. That's Neil Young's backing band. 84 today is Bobby Harrison, drummer with Procol Harum. 86 today is Christopher Percy Gordon Blackwell. And this is another non-musician. He's a businessman and record producer. And he started Island Records. But the 2 big hitters tonight, at 87 years young, Vern Allison, an American singer with the Dells, and is best known for a song Open Up My Heart. And Chris Christopherson. Me and Bobby McGee helped me make it through the night. 87 years young. It's hard to believe him driving that truck with the patch over one eye and whatnot.
It's Rubber Duck himself.
Exactly. The Rubber Duck is 87. Wow. Anyway. Evening, Simon. It is working, Zeb. It's just not showing up. I don't know what it is. We think it's something to do with YouTube. Anyway, so over to Iain, and he's going to tell us all about what's coming on next week. So away you go, young sir.
Okay, so next week we're now up to part 6, part 5 of the David Crosby story, and this is a band called CPR. Now, CPR is basically, one's his son, which is the guy with the headphones round his thing. He's called James Raymond. The other guy is called Jeff Pevar. Now, he is a session guitarist that's played on a lot of David's solo stuff, and in between doing all the other stuff that David does, they made 2 albums under the thing of CPR. got a great little classic album next week for you from singer Tom Waits, the man of the gravel voice, as I call him, and his one of his best-selling albums, Small Change. Tuesday is Ladies' Day. We've got two contrasts here. Got a modern and one from the past. Our modern one for album rankings is the very talented Lana Del Rey, American singer, songwriter, performer.
I think she's headlining at Glastonbury this year.
No, I don't know if it's her. It's the other one, isn't it? Yes. And the retro ranking, the one and only Marianne Faithfull, living legend, still performing, I believe. Thank you very much, Rocky.
Oh, has he given you a present?
No, he's just. So Wednesday's marathon, Stephen is doing well. He had Camelot this week, and this is the one he keeps been going on about. We're doing 10. Now, this band, I'd heard one song in my life, and now I think they're brilliant. So we're doing 10. Looking forward to that one. So Thursday, get the right day, Ian. An interesting battle of the debuts. Two bands that I've been championing for the last months. We're going to look at the two underrated all-female bands, one being Fanny, the other being Bertha. Should be a good one. If you want to go and listen to their stuff, it is on Spotify and YouTube. And pick and mix next week, we're going to take a wander down the sidewall, which means we're going to do the US Top 10 for June the 29th, 1967. Some good songs in that chart in America at the time. Next Friday, a triple header for you. We're going to have a look at the Pretty Maids live albums, really good albums. Got two new albums for you. Got the new album by Queen of the Stone Age. I looked up to see when I ranked them. It was way back. So they've got a new album called In Times Roman. And we have got a new bluesy album from the brilliant Government Mule, Peace Like a River. It is a great album. Probably, I think it's their best album for a long time.
Are Queens of the Stone, if that's a new album, are we going to do Queens of the Stone Age as a tier ranking?
Oh, I'm sure there'll be one somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm actually having a day off next Saturday. I am not doing anything.
Well, that's not allowed.
Yeah. But on the Sunday, I've got another birthday, and it's Alan Joyce. He contacted me on the Facebook page and says, I've got a birthday on the 2nd of July. So we're going to look at what was number one on the day that Alan was born. So another busy week. Got 3 birthdays this weekend, including Dave's on Saturday. So that's me.
And I'm not even getting a birthday party.
Oh.
No, I have to go to my niece's engagement party.
Oh, yes, you've got an engagement party to go to. Now, the niece he's talking about, first time I saw her, she was about 3. Yeah, she was only a little, and she...
Yeah, the beardy.
Yeah, she didn't like my little goatee, did she?
No, she did. She did. What she liked was if you tickled her belly with your beard.
Yes.
I sent her into fits of laughter.
Anyway.
So let's have a look here. Record Hound and Simon and Matt, and Stephen and Mike, Violence Ball and Zeb. Who else? Charles has come in.
So the
Christopher and Ralph. Yeah. Thank you, Pulsar. So
I'll be doing Dave's top 10 on Saturday. That'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm. And it's time for you to post the invite.
I have posted the invite. But while people are waiting to come up, in a few, I think in not next month, but the month after. I'm doing one of the TV themey things for retro ranking. And two things that are definitely going to be in here. Two of my favourite cop shows of the 1970s. And me being the sad git I am.
Oh, hello. Are we going to split that into decades?
Are we going
to do 70s and 80s and 90s?
I don't know what I'm doing yet, but here we go.
All right,
the Sweeney.
Oh dear, yes.
Yes, not very politically correct, but absolutely brilliant.
That's right, Record Hunt, it is.
Good evening, folks. We're now showing.
Evening, Richard.
Richard will remember that one, but did this get to America, Art, the Sweeney?
I'm not. Can you hear us, Art?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
All right. Now, Iain was asking, did that TV series make it over to the States?
The Sweeney.
The Sweeney.
Never heard of it.
No.
John Thor, Dennis Waterman.
On my other one, now you're going to laugh at this one. They've mastered this. It's absolutely brilliant. The music is absolutely brilliant. So I thought I'd show them. I'm just being a sad.
Who was your favourite, Iain, out of the professionals, Bodie or Doyle?
Neither. Gordon Jackson.
Well, I was always Bodie all the way.
I'm a Bodie fan as well because of his suaveness.
Yeah. I remember him from the two walls with Diane Keane as well.
Yeah.
That plus he drove a Ford Capri.
Yeah, I've got the whole of them as well, Matt. Yeah, and I mean, he's them shirts though. He could have took off with them big wig.
Oh yes, Matt, he was. That was a brilliant show.
Hang on, Stephen's giving me more. Anyway, Richard, are you ready for Saturday?
Yes, I think so. I'm going to have to go through it again because I was so annoyed with the last one that I left Oliver's Army out. So I'm going to go through it all again to make sure there's nothing I have left out.
There's my list.
Oh, I haven't written it down. It's on the computer.
I've actually color-coded it this time.
How many bubbling unders do you have?
How many bubbling unders? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, I'm going for 6.
There's so many good ones. Yeah. Anyway, good to see you. Haven't seen you for a little while. I know you've been a busy person. Love some of your videos, especially by the lakes. Very tranquil, I must say.
Talking to me?
Yes. Can you hear me all right?
I didn't hear you say art. Yeah, well, that's where I do some of my walking. I go down to the park and I walk around the park. So it's very tranquil down there. I got my earbuds in, so I'll be listening to some Marillion or some Porcupine Tree. My two favorite bands.
Yeah. Have you watched what I did with Naomi about our priceless?
I did. Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yes, it's ironic that we did the show on the day that Misplaced Childhood came out.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. But I deliberately didn't say it was the today. It was actually Naomi that said that's 38 years old today.
My best friend in New Jersey's favorite album is "Clutching at Straws." He loves the last one with Fish. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
But I just watched the on YouTube the Hogarth era Marillion. I've seen them once. Well, he's been with them 30 years now. But I just saw the latest tour. I guess it was on YouTube. So I seen the tour 3 years ago with the other album, the album before the last one. I saw that tour in Orlando, Florida, before I moved to North Carolina. They were unbelievable. Hogarth is just, he commands the stage. He just takes over the whole, and the musicianship of the band is so tight. Oh my gosh.
I think Marillion have been really lucky having two great frontmen.
Oh,
that
I have a nephew and my best friend up New Jersey who I just went and seen that don't like the Marillion after Fish left. They don't listen to him. They say they were done. I say they far from done. you got a lot of outstanding music to listen to, but I can't. They just won't break. I don't know.
That's good. They're a good. Still one of my favourite bands. Always will be, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been listening to some Elton John this week.
What ones?
The 70s.
First 7.
Yeah, I've been listening to. I listened to the last one of the 70s today, and I think it's Total Value of Sarcap. It's one that I haven't got, and I remember why I haven't got it. I wasn't keen on it.
Victim of Love.
Yeah.
I think
so that's just a dance album, or it's a disco album. Elton doesn't write any of the songs. He doesn't play any of the piano parts or anything. He just went in, recorded his vocals, left, and then released it. It's a peak.
Are you getting a lot of echo?
Me?
Either yourself or Iain or Art?
No,
I'm not getting any.
I'm not getting it.
I turned off my YouTube.
No, it's not me because mine switched off.
Yeah, I turned off my YouTube.
Yeah,
no, I have it
muted. Where that's going from then.
I've mine muted.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, it's got probably the worst version of Johnny Be Good I have ever heard.
That is dreadful. And it goes on for about 9 minutes as well. It's awful. It's shockingly bad. That was actually a single as well.
I know. Well, you know where that'll come in my ranking.
I think most people put that album, Victor. And saying that, though, for sort of a disco type album, it's not bad. There's one song I really do like, and that's the title track, Victim of Love. I think it's really good.
Yeah,
and
I concur.
In America around that time, he had a huge hit with a similar type song called Mama Can't Buy Me Love, which was a B-side over here, but it was a big top 10 in America, I believe. And it's a really good song, but it's a pity it was never on that album.
Yes, I know you've watched The Who, but my Who ranking was a bit different to yours, wasn't it?
Yeah, yours is more rocker-based, which is expected. Mine's more mod-based, more pop-based. I love The Who in the 60s. I think that's when they were at their best. And it always confused me with a film, Quadrophenia, the mods and the rockers. Which side were the Who on? Because in the 60s they were mods, and in the 70s they were rockers.
Yeah, do you like the Who, Art?
When I was a kid, when I was in high school, I guess I had Who's Next, and I had Tommy, but it was the one with the ball on it. It was the one that I think it's the one that they like Tina Turner was on and everybody. It was it was that one. Yeah, Richard. And then I had and later on I got Quadrophenia. But after that, just I don't really listen to that kind of music. I don't listen to top 40, classic rock from the US that's I do listen a little bit of Zeppelin, but that's about all from that genre. I've always been prog. I've always listened to prog my whole life. That and fusion jazz. Those are the two things that I, tell me this week which is your favorite album. I'll tell you, and then next week it'll probably change to another one. But that's because I keep going back and forth. It's like two people talking, one person over here and one person over here. Say, oh, you like prog? No, you like jazz fusion. No, you like prog. So it's kind of like that,
Here he is with his knotted hanky on. It must be hot in Corby.
Oh, it was raining earlier. It was absolutely piddling it down.
What you got on your head, Nick?
Knotted handkerchief.
Oh, I thought it looked like a pair of skivvies.
He's going to do an impression of Gumby next. It's going to do flower rain. He's going to do some flower arranging.
Don't you start.
Yeah, I mean, I know that was going back to about the Who. The Who sells out. I love the jingles in between that album because I love them because it's very pirate radio-y.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you in America, pirate radio over here in the 60s, early 60s, we didn't have pop radio at all on the national wavelengths. It was all Mantravani and that. So they all went offshore in boats, and there were sometime there was about 20 or 30 off the shore of the UK. And then in 1967, this new law come in, and then we got the birth of Radio 1. And look at it now.
Yeah, but Caroline continued on.
Yeah, Caroline did.
What was the movie about Radio Caroline?
The Ship That Rocked.
That's it. Yeah. Bloody good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I've got loads of people coming in, so I'm...
Right. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, I'm jumping out. Enjoy the rest of the evening, folks.
Bye, Dave.
I'll catch you next week.
Right. I got hold of some stuff that would interest you, Richard.
Hello.
Oh, I see T-Rex.
Hiya. How you doing?
Full house.
Telegram Sam, 7-inch.
B-side Cadillac and Davy Strange.
Blimey, there's no beating you, is there?
Oh, you'll beat me now. You said that.
Solid Gold, Easy Action.
B-side Born.
Sorry.
Want the Boogie, yeah. Crikey. Ride a White Swan and Fly Record.
B-sides Is It Love and Summertime Blues.
Crikey. The Groover, 7-inch.
Midnight.
Yeah. I did get another one by Tyrannosaurus Rex, but I can't remember what it's called.
Well, it's either Deborah, 1-inch Rock, King of the Rumbling Speakers.
Probably Deborah, that rings a bell. My daughter got hold of great big huge box of 7-inch singles. They must have been getting on for 1,000. They used to belong to an old DJ here in Corby. He passed away, and his relatives were just giving them away. So the daughter said, "Yeah, I'll have." A lot of them are all scratched and marked. There's a lot just need a clean. And me and the daughter went through the box. She must have picked out 100 or so. I've picked out 100 or so. I've got some David Bowie ones as well. I've got Diamond Dogs there on 7-inch single.
Well, you've got a rare B-side with Holy Holy on the back of it. It's the Ziggy version of the single he released in 1971. So it's got Mick Ronson on it. A completely different version to the single version. It's very, very good. And incidentally, that Groover single you've got is 50 years old this month. It was released in June 1973.
God, is it that old? Yeah. I remember that coming out.
Yeah. Crikey. I've still got loads. We went through the old box. I've still got the boxes downstairs in the living room, but there's Beatles stuff in there on Parlophone, stuff on Apple. Crikey, there's loads of it. I might go back through them, but if I'm honest, I'm not a Bowie fan. I've got a Hits album and Space Oddity on 7-inch single, but
yeah, bring them to Northampton, Nick. I'll take them off you.
Well, I'll go back through the box and I'll pluck out a load of others. But there was loads. There was Motown in there. The lot. Northern. My daughter picked up one. It's a cover of Jumping Jack Flash. This is a Northern Soul cover, and it's absolutely fantastic. and I checked it on Discogs, and it's worth about 20 quid. There's some old ska stuff in there as well, stuff on the Blue Beat label, Dr. Bird label, which you just don't see, and when you do see it, it costs you a pretty penny. But I'll sort out a load, and if I'll clean them up, and if they're any good, I'll give them away. Otherwise the whole lot's going to go. What's left is going to go to the charity shop.
Yeah, bring them to Northampton before they go to a charity shop, mate. I'll take them off you.
Yeah, there'd be a queue for those, Nick.
Yeah.
Cheers, Mike, for the VCLT. I did a little video on you and uploaded it, thanking you.
Oh, I just had a watch of that, Nick. You know that they're a real band, Nick. I mean, I went to see them in the summer.
I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but I will do.
Yeah, it's proper oi, you know.
Is it really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they don't mess about.
I didn't think that was your sort of thing.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, you know, the punk and the oi, you know, it's if it's good, it's good.
Well, I'm sure I'll love it. Yeah, again, thank you very much. Bless you. Very kind of you.
Anyway, hello, Simon.
Hello.
Hi, Simon.
Hello, Richard. Arts. Nick.
Hello. I'll have a look for that Tyrannosaurus Rex single.
Mike.
Oh, yeah.
He hasn't got the best T-Rex B-side, has he?
Sorry?
The best T-Rex B-side ever put out on a...
Oh, that's Raw Ramp. There was a time Raw Ramp from Get It On. There's a lot of buffering going on. Is it just me or?
There's a load here without the covers.
Whoa. Hey, you could actually do the little quiz tonight. If Rob's not on.
Yeah. Who's on the B-sides? I think you'd win.
Oh, I know only the T-Rex ones would win. Everything else, no. Well, maybe Bowie.
It's joined together by the Who on track.
Here, Nick, I have to say, it's the first time I've ever seen a Judge Dredd album shown on the VC. Some of his songs are absolutely hilarious. Big, whatever number it is, they're all funny as hell.
I wouldn't say that, Charles.
Yeah.
You wouldn't go
after that, Nick had to go and listen to Big Six.
Yeah, you wouldn't get away with that today.
No, you wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't. Yeah, it's funny. You have to admit it's funny.
But it's that's what went on back then in the early 70s. So you know, I'm okay. You don't have to. I don't agree with the sentiment, but I do like the music and that.
Yeah, Record House says those T-Rex singles are excellent though, with the extra songs on them. Canadian 45s are only the usual one per side. I didn't know that. Did you, Richard?
One side in Canada? No, I didn't realise that. I thought there was B-sides as well. They may have been LP tracks as the B-sides, but
yeah,
I'm sure there are 2 tracks per single.
Yes.
The thing about the ones, a lot of them were 3 tracks. Mark Bolan had a habit of putting 2 songs on the B-side.
Yeah, I like the idea of that. I always have extra. So I mean, Marillion were good at that in the early days, and a lot of the songs were rejects from the albums, but they were too good to be proper rejects. You take Cinderella Search, too good to be a B-side. But that's another story.
Yeah, I mean a lot of European sort of 60s and 70s records, but tended to be EPs rather than singles. You know, so you probably get 2 tracks on each side.
Oh, poor old Rob's in the gallery tonight.
If you want, I'll leave and let Rob come in.
You don't have to, Richard.
I'm not going to work tonight, but I'll sit in the gallery and let Rob in, sure.
Well, you got a night off.
Yeah, well, sure. I've got quality entertainment to watch.
You have. Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to the next channel to watch his VCFD.
Well, if the space
No, I don't mind.
everyone else goes, you can come back up. Always.
No, I don't mind. I'll go on and let Rob come up, okay?
Okay,
So,
I'll see you.
by the way, Nick, before I go, Nick, I have to say I love that Toya picture disc of Anthem. Fantastic looking disc.
Oh, she's my my bit of crumpet.
She still is as well. Okay,
Yeah.
guys, enjoy your.
Oh, where
See
it
you
is?
later.
I'll see you Saturday, Richard. Right, let's get the main man up. Bear with me 2 seconds. I'm hitting the wrong button now.
I've just found it. Tyrannosaurus Rex single. Sod's
Which
Law,
one?
innit? Deborah.
Yeah. Let's get rid of that. Right, there you go, Rob. Who wants us to come up as well? There's all sorts of people wanting to come up. I'm going to have to expand this.
Yeah.
I think it's that getting to that time. We had this conversation last week, didn't we, Simon?
We did, yeah. And you were umming and ahhing whether to do it or not.
Yeah, I'm going to have to. Oh, well.
Yeah.
It's all going to be worth it. So, Rob, I've put it up. So if you want to come up, Rob, come. Anyway, Mike, what have you been up to?
Well, I got some really good VCLT off Berwickshire Mike. Excellent stuff it was. It's 2 albums. One of them was this. And this was called Resurrection by July. Now, you know, these guys had one album out in 1968, which is absolutely brilliant. You know, it's a bit of sort of rock-tinged pop psych. And I didn't even know about this album. I think it was released in about 2013. And it's, what are they called? Tom Newman and Peter Cook, 2 of the original members, you know, just decided they wanted a second go. And it's absolutely brilliant. You know, you can tell it's got its roots back in 1968. Excellent bit of stuff. And then this lady, who I'd never heard of before. There you go. She's called Siobhan Wilson. She's from Scotland. And she's an absolutely brilliant singer-songwriter. Well, I don't know if anybody else has heard of her, but
no, that's you and on me.
And Mike went round her house and got her to sign it for me. So there you go.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's not just a rare album; it's a limited edition signed by the lady.
Got sentimental value already, Ian. Oh, the other thing I've been listening to is LA Woman.
Oh.
Yeah, you always sort of, you know, get the juices going there. And I think, oh, yeah, I've not heard that for a while. It's my favourite Doors album. Probably because it's the first one I heard.
Yeah, just think if Jim hadn't died, what the next one would have been like.
Yeah.
Certainly better than Other Voices.
Well, I would hope so.
Yeah, I thought they really hit the groove on LA Woman.
Yeah.
And adding the bass player in was good as well, which freed up more on the keyboards, didn't it? That Ray could actually do more on the keyboards than just do a bass line and a keyboard run.
Yeah, I hadn't really thought about the bass before you mentioned it, but yeah, you're dead right. But it's such a varied album, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an absolute classic. Hence why it was in the classic album.
Yeah, exactly.
And here he is.
Hi, Rob.
The man himself. Good evening, Rob.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
What's happening?
What's happening? Well, I think he's decided that I'm going to have to fork out some money to get more people on the live stream so we don't have to keep disappearing.
I couldn't get on proper because of all adverts that you've got on your channel.
Have I got adverts on it now?
Yeah.
Terrible that, isn't it?
Did any of you watch that car crash that Rachel were involved in yesterday?
No, I haven't seen it.
No.
I did. I mean, after we were talking about Rachel last week, I thought, well, I've not really watched her very much, and whenever I have, I've either haven't got a clue what was going on, or it's been really boring. But yeah, it was a bit of excitement, wasn't it?
It was funny because I thought she was muted because she never said anything.
Yeah.
Well, I went on for a bit the other day, but I had someone doing me horoscopes, and luckily I had a phone call. So
if you watch it with a guy called Steve Westman. He does these kind of informal chats with people. He did one with Michael 45, and then he's done them with Mazzy and Tim, University of Vinyl. But he decided to stoop to the bottom of the barrel, and he had he had Patrick on, who's decent, and Wax wasn't too bad. You know, he was decent as well. But Rachel, you could tell she was she wanted to say stuff, but she was like on her best behaviour. So she said very little, really. It was pretty amusing.
Yeah, I must say, I like Rachel best when she's not on her best behaviour.
Yeah, I like her when she's muted.
You know, more direct.
No, she can get out of control. I mean, were you here that time when she came?
Yeah, but
never mind. Anyway, have you been buying anything, Rob? You usually do.
I've still not bought a new album this year. I'm still listening to I saw you review of the Noel Gallagher album.
Yeah.
You gave it, was it 8 out of 10?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I'd give it 10 out of 10, me.
Well, I think if I was to do it tomorrow, it'd probably be a 9.5 now.
Yeah, you're still giving it a bit of play, yeah.
Yeah, oh God, yeah. I think it's a terrific album.
It's like you said, it's the strings, isn't it, that make the difference?
It certainly does. He's put a lot of thought into that, hasn't he? I mean, he's recorded. He's got this new studio, so he didn't have to pay for that. He got that down. So I think when they went down to Abbey Road, he knew exactly what he wanted.
Yeah,
and they delivered for him.
Yeah,
it's very Beatlesque, isn't it? With them strings, it's the nearest thing he's done to Beatles. When you listen to the other ones, I've listened to all of them now.
Yeah.
This one has got the one where he's really got it spot on. I'm not going to say too much what I think because I'm going to rank them now at some stage. But I think it's a terrific album. You haven't listened to it yet, go and listen to it. You can stream it on Spotify, but it is a really good album. Have you heard it yet, Simon?
I haven't heard it, no. But I will get it eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Mark? Have you had a listen to it?
I've listened to bits and pieces, but, you know, Gallagher's really don't float my boat, you know.
Oh.
I know Rob can't understand that, but, yeah. I think it was the whole Oasis thing, you know, from the start, and it's just sort of coloured my view ever since.
Yeah, it's because you're from Yorkshire, innit?
Hey, you know what, Rob? In truth, I'm a Southerner, you know.
All right. I knew there was something else I didn't like.
Yeah.
Whereabouts, Mike? Where are you from?
From Sussex.
Ah, right. Okay. So
but I've been in Yorkshire. Been in Yorkshire more than half my life.
Right.
What part of Sussex?
Eastbourne.
Eastbourne. You know, not too far away from me then.
Yeah, you know, the boring part of the south coast, but at least it's close enough to Brighton.
Yeah. I don't blame you for moving.
Yeah. I came up here in the 80s. I did look back.
Yeah, I went to Eastbourne, but it was shut.
No, it was probably open. It just looked like it's shut.
No, the pubs, a lot of the pubs were shut.
Oh. Yeah, I
I
know.
went down on the train and I thought, I'll go and have a pint. Being a seaside town, and
The town's really depressing, Eastbourne. It really
not
is.
as
Yeah.
depressing as Folkestone. That's a ghost town.
Still.
You know, like in the video for the specials Ghost Town when they're going around Coventry, that's Folkestone. Absolutely terrible. Let's move on.
You know, like last week when Michael was here and he was saying that we should kind of talk about other channels in the VC and videos, etc.
Yeah.
What's everyone been watching this week?
I watched Stevie Vinyl Cupboard earlier. His top 10 British bands.
Oh, I haven't watched that. Has he put that up?
That's good.
Right.
Good one. Really enjoyed that. Quite surprising, really.
Yeah, it was a big surprise, wasn't it, Nick?
Yeah. Cosmic Brian, Cosmic Vinyl. I love his channel.
Right.
Cracks me up. I watched one of his videos a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
A newbie to the VC, young chap goes by the name of Mike Vinyl Spiral.
Yeah. I've heard of him. I've heard he's a waste of space.
Up and coming youngster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watched a couple of his videos.
You know, earlier on today, Nick described me as well spoken.
Yeah, I thought I didn't know who we were talking about.
Well, neither did I.
I thought it was something got to him.
Yeah, that's a good thing about the internet. You can reinvent yourself, can't you?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What about you, Art? What have you been watching?
I've been watching Iain all week.
Oh, thank you very much.
You do have my sympathies.
No, I've been watching Steve Carlson, and I'm going to meet him on Saturday at Dillon's over in Matthews at Noble Records. I'm only about an hour from there, so I'm going to meet him. And he said there was 7 of us. They're going to meet up for lunch, and we're all going to go there. Then we're going to go to Lunchbox Records. There's 2 or 3 record stores in Charlotte, so I kind of know where they're all at. So I might be able to help them out if they're not from the area. Yeah. And so I'm looking forward to that, meeting Steve and the rest of them. And that's nice that in the vinyl community we can reach out and meet other people rather than just talking to them on the computer.
Yeah. That sounds great, Art. I mean, I knew Steve was going down there, but I didn't realise he was going to meet up with loads of people.
Yeah,
he really good.
I think there's 7 of us.
Yeah.
So
I think John's going to be there. Digital Gramophone. I think Bill's going to be there.
Bill who?
What's he called? What's his channel called? Vinylverse. Bill. He's a big
okay.
fan. I think.
I know. Yeah, I watch him.
Yeah.
So I'll probably know 3 or 4 of them, maybe all of them. So
yeah,
it's going to be a good time.
You're not going to be wearing your disguise, are you?
No, I won't be wearing a disguise. No.
Yeah.
But the following week, there's a record show it's in Clemens, North Carolina, on the June 25th. So I'm going to go up there and go to a record show. So that'd be good. Maybe I can find some gems up there. It's getting harder and harder for me to find the music I like out in the wild. So,
you know, when you go to a record show, I mean, I suppose we're all the same. You've got like a budget.
Yeah, I usually bring $100 in my wallet in my pocket, and that's it. I don't spend any more than that. And then my son, he sent me sent his mother some money for me to go to this weekend down to Charlotte. So for Father's Day. So he gave me $100. I said, well, I'll put that in my pocket. And then that's it. I won't spend any more than that.
Yeah.
But that would be
Whoa.
that would be
Someone's been controversial. Static Traveller says all VC guys are in America, all the best.
I don't know about that.
Oh dear.
He's
Yeah.
what happened to his puppets? I used to like watching them. He doesn't have them anymore. I don't see him anymore.
He's been on a break for quite a while, hasn't he, Alan?
Yeah, they've been on a break. Yeah, must have put him in the drawer.
Yeah.
I
think
watched you who ranking Iain as well.
Did you watch it all, or did you switch off? Wow.
Yeah, I watched it all. Yeah. I left a comment. I think I obviously
You did, yes. You left a comment.
Yeah, it's difficult for me because Quadrophenia and Who's Next, they're two of my favourite albums of all time. So I'd have Quadrophenia above Who's Next, but only just.
I think that's when
all them my top three. I can't get a tram ticket between none of them.
No.
Well, I've not seen it yet.
Haven't you?
No, not. And I'm a big Who fan.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't watched any. The only VC I've watched, I sort of interacted with Scott on the prog corner yesterday in his live stream.
Yeah.
But I've been watching Sea of Tranquility because they did the UK connection did an Ozzy Osbourne best and worst.
Yeah.
And I've watched some of Barry Robinson on Classic Rock Review this week. But I've been listening to a lot of stuff this week, more than watching.
Yeah.
Trying to get ahead of myself because obviously not next week on Monday I'm at a funeral, so I just wanted to get in front of myself a little bit. So
yeah.
What's going on about raw liver?
Hey Iain, I have a question. A question for you.
Go on then.
I do my videos on my cell phone, from a tripod. But if I wanted to, I know you do a lot of editing. How do you do editing? So if I go to a record store, a record shop, take a video, and then I go out in my backyard and fool around out there with some shrubbery or something, just to go make some outside views, and then come inside and do my video. How would I link them all together?
I use a thing called Magix. Magix video editor. It's about £40 over here.
Okay.
It's really good. It's you can download it. And you can have this sent to you, but you just download it.
No.
What I'll do, I'll message you and put a link.
Okay.
I'll send you the link because it's fantastic. And the other thing I use.
It's easy to use. Easy to use for me.
If I use it, it's easy.
Now, would I have to do my video on my computer then?
No, you can. Basically, what you do all your filming, put it onto your PC, and set up like a folder. Bring all your clips in, and you can bring them in, manipulate them, do a brightness, contrast, gamma, volume, do everything on it.
So
the other thing I use is OBS for recording my videos when I sit here.
Yeah,
that is brilliant. I do all my videos on that.
If I take all the videos with my phone, how do I get them onto my computer? That's the question. I don't know how to do that.
You connect it with like your charger, which you just use your USB. Just connect that to your computer, and it'll download the driver, and then you can go into your phone on your computer, and then you can.
Okay, so hook up my phone to my laptop.
Yeah, you just use your charger USB cable, plug it into your laptop.
Okay.
You can
And it'll
Bluetooth
download.
it as well, can't you?
It should connect.
Oh,
from there.
okay. So then I could just send them right to that program that Ian's talking about.
Yeah, yeah. You'd have to find the videos which you made on your phone, on the computer.
I have
Just sort
lots of videos on my phone, but none of them are on my laptop.
All right, just copy and paste them to the hard drive of your computer. Then you can do whatever you want to do with them. It's
Thanks,
quite
guys.
easy.
Thanks. Because I want to make my channel. I wanted to make, I just sit here and I show records and say, hey, this is a good one, and I go. But if you can, spice it up a little bit and show some other stuff and get people's interest,
Yeah, I'm just like you are. So, I haven't got a clue, but just what's been said here is quite useful. Thanks.
Yeah, that's good information. I think a lot of people might need that, Ian. I know I do. But and then also Mike. But I think that's good information to get out to people that don't really know how to. They know how to do the basics, but they don't know how to do the.
Or you can take your SD card out of your phone and put that into an SD card slot on your computer if that's any easier.
Do what now?
You can take the memory card out of your phone and you can put that into your computer if you've got a card reader.
I don't know if the new iPhone has a memory card.
All right, we'll just use the cable then.
I got a 14. I had to get new ones. We had 8s and they stopped working.
All right.
So
there's lots of free to use apps you can get on your phone as well for basic editing.
There is, yeah.
You make it as hard or as difficult as you want to, really. I suppose at the end of the day. I use one called Film Maker.
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
And I'm an idiot. I'm a technophobe, and what's he nodding his head in agreement for? Yes, you. If I can use it, anybody can.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, isn't it? After you've done it a couple of times.
You can upgrade it if you want.
Yeah.
But I've never bothered.
Yeah, I'll use InShot, which is another app. I think you have to pay for that, like a year.
Yeah, some you have to pay, some you don't.
Yeah.
It's just a case of picking one and seeing, sort of film something easy and simple and see how you get on with it. If you don't like it, move on to another.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I'll do a little thing for all the people in the VC, how to use my magics. Do a little tutorial because it's so easy. And yet it's amazing what you can do. I mean, all my thumbnails and my intros are all done through magics.
If you go on YouTube, though, and just type in what you want to do, there's loads of instruction videos out there. So,
Yeah. You make it sound easy. Either it is really easy or maybe I'm really stupid. I don't know. Probably.
I've always learned
I'd make it a proper idiot's guide.
But thanks for everyone.
I've always learned better talking to somebody. My life, I've always learned how to do things. I was in the Navy for 20 years. So and Rob knows probably a lot of Navy guys.
Yeah.
So you learn from. We used to teach the young ones, and then the old ones would teach us, and then as we got to be the old ones, then we were teaching all the young ones, and then I got to be 38, and I said I couldn't keep up with the young ones anymore, so I got out. 20 years, that was enough. Yeah,
I got a question from Charles. He wants to know how I'm getting on with my Xmas special on my top 100 bands.
Oh, yeah.
It's starting to take shape, actually. It's starting to take shape.
100 bands?
Yes, I was challenged by Rob to do my
that?
top 100 bands.
My top 10 changes weekly. How could you? I don't know. I couldn't do a top 100. I don't think I could do a top 100. That's too hard.
I've got 52.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I could do it. It would take time. But
yeah, it is taking time. When I've got a few minutes, I go through the lists, go through my albums, go through my iPods. Oh, yeah. Because you can't remember all your favourite bands. So,
if I did a top 100, it'd probably be 75 to 80 and be all British or German. Really? Or like I'd all be Prague. It'd be all United Kingdom, or they would be in maybe a few from Germany, a couple from Spain or Italy, because I love PFM and Banco from Italy, but and I love some other stuff too.
Yeah. Sorry, Rob.
No, Sam, would you break it up into sort of tens, Ian? Is that what you're thinking, or 20s?
I'm probably going to do it in 20s.
Right. 5 videos.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah. The thing with that is, it's something that I can record. Once I've got like my bottom 20, I can record it and do it like that. So they'll all come out like Christmas week, but they won't be recorded Christmas week.
No,
because I'm actually working on something else for Christmas as well. That's Christmas sorted out anyway. When I have my break, it'll all go up before Christmas. So I don't touch the channels, for between Christmas Day and near enough New Year. So I've got plenty of good stuff to put up for Christmas this year, including the bloopers.
What's you thinking about it, Ian? Are you trying to be totally objective, or are you just going with your gut on it? This is what I like.
Gut.
That's the best way.
Yeah, this challenge that Rob set me is not me being the ranker. This is it me being me and my gut reaction to the music I love.
Yeah,
it's not about what other people. This one's just basically focusing on me instead of me doing it for everyone else. This is me. This is you. I mean, I'll give people what sort of things I like, and it's not going to be all heavy metal. I can tell you that now. I like all music.
Yeah.
My next video I'm working on. I start working on it like on Tuesday or Wednesday of the week, so that way by Sunday or Saturday or Sunday night I'm ready to go. And I'm going to be. What do you think of this? I've kind of had to tiptoe around this topic a little bit, and I got to be careful when I do the show. But does sex sell records? Sexiest album covers, 20 most sexiest album covers. Now I'm going to have to be real careful with this one, not to get thrown off of YouTube. But I'm going to do my best and cover up the bits and pieces if I have to.
Yeah, I've got a program that does that for me, especially when I've done some of my, the worst album covers we've done. I've had to cover up little bits of body parts, and I think this week on when I do Lana Del Rey, one of her titles of her albums is quite rude, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what I've done, that word's been obliterated.
I've heard her name, but I never heard her music.
Oh, then Lana Del Rey. She's a fantastic. She's American. She's a singer-songwriter. I would say she's very equivalent to what America have got against Kate Bush.
Really? She's as good as Kate?
Not as good as Kate, but she's.
See, I like Tori Amos too. I like her a lot.
Yeah, I like Tori Amos.
And I like Kate. And I like Joni Mitchell and Linda Ronstadt, but they're not like in my top 5 or anything.
I think that Lana Del Rey, she might be appreciated a little bit more in the future as well. People will look back on her catalogue, in years to come. She might be one of those artists that's got quite a lot of longevity.
Yeah, I think you're right, Rob, because I seem to remember when she first started, was it video games first single? Yeah, that she was marketed as a bit of a sort of throwaway pop star, really, wasn't she?
Yeah,
and she was always sort of more than that.
Yeah, she's quite prolific with her output as well.
Yeah, she's done 9 albums.
Yeah,
really.
She
released one earlier this year.
Yeah,
is she as complex as like Kate Bush was, or? I mean,
I think you find somewhat of interest if you give her a listen.
I
I
like the new artist. Yeah,
her writing is terrific. She can write good songs. You read some of her lyrics. Okay, they're quite political in places, but she can when she starts writing, she's one of these that'll just write and write and write and write.
Yeah.
There's no mental blocks there. She'll sit down and she'll write, and she does use obscenities, but in the context of the song, it's sort of when you listen to her sing it, there's an emotion in the vulgarity. If you get my drift, I think there's a lot of personal stuff in some of her songs.
Yeah.
I don't know if you find that, Mike. It's very personal.
So, what album would I start with?
Oh, what one?
I couldn't even tell you what she sings. I ain't got a clue.
I don't know. I have no clue.
What do you reckon, Mike? Okay, I'll ask the panel.
I've got that.
What do you think's the best one for Art to start with? Let's say we can get him.
I think my daughter listens to her. She's 26, so I should ask
Born
her.
to Be Wild. I've got. I think that's the one I've got.
Oh.
In that one, was it Norman effing?
Yeah, that's a good album.
Yeah, that was well received, weren't it, when it came out about 3 years ago? But her albums have got quite a lot of tracks on as well. She's not one of these who sort of struggles for material. She's got quite a lot of tracks on her albums.
My favorite.
Yeah,
That's my favorite.
I need to catch up with her, really.
Yeah. Yeah, my kids both like her.
Yeah.
I mean, she's done different sorts of genres as well. She's done some of it. There's some post-punk in there, and then she's just gone very simple with piano, guitar, and her.
Yeah.
And she's got the voice that.
Yeah.
1 minute she can be, and the next thing she could be this angelic lady.
Yeah.
She's got such a diverse vocals.
Yeah. Do you want me to do the compilation quiz, Ian?
I think that's. I think it is time for that. So anyone in the gallery, get your answers in as well.
Yeah.
So what have we got this week? Let's make you big. No, hang on.
Who's that?
What's happened there?
Yeah, you see that?
Oh,
I don't know.
I've seen that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've showed that in the past, haven't you, Rob?
I think I have, yeah. This is one that I remember getting when it came out, and then I don't know what I did with it, but I picked it up probably about 3 or 4 years ago. So I'm going to name the band, and you've got to name which song it is that's on the album.
God, that's what?
So are you
Are
ready?
they all from the same year?
Yeah, they're all kind of 79, 80 kind of area.
Okay.
So, well, the first one's the Sex Pistols, so that's more 77, isn't it? So, which Sex Pistols track do you think's on this album?
God Save the Queen.
Silly Thing.
No.
God Save the Queen.
Do it one at a time. No.
Anarchy in the UK?
No.
Pretty Vacant.
Yes, one to Mike. So you've got to do it one at a time. Don't all shout out.
Okay, we'll go round then.
Or else I'll get annoyed. Right, the Stranglers.
I don't know who they are.
Peaches.
Who?
Peaches.
No. Come on, you're supposed to be music lovers.
God, my mind's gone blank. We lost him.
It's too early for Golden Brown, isn't it?
Heroes.
My mind goes blank when I watch your channel.
No more heroes.
Yeah, the
well
gallery.
done.
The
Well
gallery
done,
done that one.
Right.
Okay.
I reckon you might get this one straight away. The Pretenders.
Brass in Pocket.
Well done, Nick. Here's one for you. Nick. You should be on a hat trick here. Ian Jury.
Hit me with your rhythm stick.
No.
Oh,
Come on.
Reasons to be cheerful, could it be?
Well done, Mike. I reckon it might take you a while to get this one. The Skids.
God, Into the Valley? That's the
No.
Skids, is it?
Yeah,
Masquerade.
later than that. No, later.
The Saints. Is it
Saints
some?
Are Coming.
Yeah.
No.
Don't-
It's quite tricky. It's from 1980.
God,
Working
you
for the
know.
Yankee Dollar.
No, a little bit later than that. It wasn't a big hit, this either, so I think you might struggle. We'll pass on that. It's called Circus Games.
Circus
Yeah,
Games.
Dave's ever been in love with someone you've never been in love with?
Are you going to say it right or just make it up?
Make it up.
Yeah, that was close enough. Blondie.
Atomic.
No.
Heart of Glass.
No.
Oh, early or late?
Earlier.
Diddy?
Yeah, well done, Mike. Boomtown Rats.
They like Mondays?
No.
Rat Trap.
No.
She's so modern.
I've got looking out for number one.
No.
She's so modern.
Who is?
Boomtown Rat.
No.
Banana Republic.
No.
Like
well, here, but you
Clockwork.
haven't got the right one yet.
Like Clockwork.
No, you've done about 8, haven't you now? No, not that one.
Hang on, we've got one from Dave. Someone's looking at you.
Yeah, well done.
He's looking on Google.
He's bloody Googling the album, innit? We know his game. Right, you'll get this one straight away. Tom Robinson Band.
2468 Motorway.
Well done, Nick. Here's another one of Nick's favourites. Gary Newman.
From 79. Be Our Friends Electric.
More 80-81.
Cars.
We're Glass.
We are Glass. Well done, Nick.
Oh, nice one.
John Fox.
Underpass.
Well done.
Hey,
Iain.
brilliant.
All the way from left
XTC.
field.
XTC.
Oh,
I picked up an XTC single.
Fences working overtime.
No, earlier.
Oh,
Thanks for Nigel.
Yeah, well done. Well done, Iain. Generation X.
King Rocker.
No.
Ooh.
It's the name of a film, I think, as well.
Valley of the Dolls.
Well done, Nick. Right, I'm going to name a song here, and you've got to say who sung it. Sorry, Art, a bit out of your sort of comfort zone here. Right, who sung Sound of the Suburbs?
oh, members.
Yeah, well done.
One of my favourites.
Who sung? It's a TV. Right, I'll give you a clue. It's a TV show, and it was a punk hit single. Which one do you think it is?
Banana Splits.
Well done, Nick. Yeah,
Hey, brilliant.
yeah, you knew it off that clue.
Chalk it up. Chalk it up.
Right. And then the last one, Jonah Louie.
Seaside Shuffle.
No.
You'll always find me in the kitchen at parties.
Yeah, that's your theme tune, that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
You got it in for me tonight, Rob.
Pardon?
You got it in for me tonight.
Yeah. Sorry, Mike. So, yeah. Because you never mentioned me as one of your favourite channels, so I'm having a dig. So, yeah.
You're too big for that, Rob. That's the reason.
Yeah, right. Right, so, yeah, that's the album. It's a good one.
Yeah, I've got a couple like that. One was, I think, called Sounds of the Suburbs.
Yeah, that's a good one, that.
And then there's another one.
Yeah.
Well, they were
one
sort
called
of,
3 Minute Hero. That's a good
that's
one.
it, 3 Minute Heroes.
Yeah, I might get that for next week, but there might be a few sort of duplicates. But I mean, 20 really good hits on there, isn't there? It's a good one.
Oh, it's a great
Yeah.
album.
Yeah. So, is anyone going to be watching Glastonbury?
Nah.
It's become more of a fashion thing than a concert these days. And I feel sorry for the people that are back with them idiots waving their flags everywhere. I mean, you never got that at Donington. You just got bottles thrown on stage, but no one used to put flags up and wave them all. What's all that about?
Yeah.
I saw Bad Manners at Donington.
Bad Manners?
Yeah, 1985, Donington Scooter Rally, Donington International Scooter Classic.
Yeah.
Bad Manners, yeah.
Yeah.
The Meteors as well. They were on there.
Yeah.
I think that was when, because I think Buster Blood Vessel, he announced halfway through, Barry McGuigan just won the world title in something like that.
Yeah.
Wasn't it QPR's ground or something like that?
Yeah, I think it was, wasn't it? Loftus Road.
Yeah, it was great though, because right at the very end, Bad Manners did Can Can, and there was a load of Can Can dancers come on the stage.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can anyone name who the 3 headliners are at Glastonbury? Does anyone know?
Elton John, I think. He's
on Sunday, yeah.
Paul McCartney?
No.
He was last year.
That was last year.
So, is this really Elton John's final gig, do you think?
Yeah,
Fingers
I mean, it's hard to say, isn't it? That's what he's saying, isn't it?
Oh, dear.
Yeah. Do you not know who the other 2 headliners are?
No.
What's her name? Demi Lovato was playing.
No. So on
Demi
Friday,
Lovato?
it's the Arctic Monkeys.
No.
And then on Saturday, it's Guns N' Roses.
No.
Yeah.
Right, don't know what happened there.
Yeah. So
I saw them at the Milton Keynes Bowl, Guns N' Roses, back in the 90s.
yeah,
The Colts were supporting them.
yeah,
They
'cause,
were big. They were big in the UK.
Guns N' Roses,
Yeah.
yeah, they're huge.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
I saw them once, and that was at Donington, and they were crap. Absolute crap.
I think they performed at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium about a year or 2 ago.
I think they're Guns N' Roses to me are very, very overrated.
They are now, aren't they?
They were. I thought they were then. They made one good album in my books, and that were it. And that was Appetite for Destruction. The rest of them, it's a band that I've got. All I need is the Greatest Hits album. I've got the Greatest Hits and Appetite for Destruction. I like the first album. I think there's some great tracks on it. And when I saw them at Donington, all Axl was doing was swearing every other word. They couldn't play. They were absolutely leathered. And I
It's funny that, because when I saw them, I was a bit inebriated myself. I spent most of the day eyeing up rock chicks.
What were the first gigs that what was the first gig you ever went to? Everyone sort of, who was your first ones?
I remember seeing Mountain with Leslie West in my high school when I was I went to high school in New Jersey, and
Right.
Mountain came there and they did Mississippi Queen, and that was a long, long time ago.
Oh, but what a gig I got. Mountain.
But then my first show that I actually went out to see was Kansas. I saw Kansas on the Mask tour, their album Mask, and Also on that bill was Marshall Tucker Band. That's a weird combination, but that's who played. And I'm not sure who played first, but it was a double bill. And that was the first, I think that was 75. I'm not sure. I think I still have the stub. I went through all my stubs in my shows, and I showed all the stubs that I have. I got about 95% of them, but over 100 shows. But Kansas was really good. I remember Kansas being really good. I never saw them again. That was the only time I ever saw Kansas.
That's one of Ian's favorites, Kansas, isn't it?
I like Kansas. I love Kansas.
Now,
my first
that was their third album.
Yeah, my first concert of a star was not a rock star or a band. When I was 8, I saw Cilla Black with my nan and mum in Coventry at the Hippodrome. And the thing is, I knew a lot of the songs because my mum was when in the 60s. My mum was really loved Cilla Black.
Yeah,
and she did most of the songs, even as an 8-year-old, I knew them.
Yeah,
I mean, when she did everyone, yeah, it was great. All of them are good. But my first proper rock concert was Status Quo on the End of the Road tour at Leicester de Montfort, and I feared for my life because the floor, no word of a lie, was going like this. It's only like a wooden floor at Leicester de Montfort Hall, and it was going like this. And there's got a balcony, and they were jumping on that, and you kept going, oh dear. I've never known a floor to move like that. It did the same again when I saw Def Leppard there. Their first, I think it was about their third gig in the UK after Rick Allen's came back on the Hysteria tour. And they opened up with Welcome to My Show. And the place just erupted. My mate had the program and he put it down the front of his jeans like an idiot. And when it came out, he had to buy a new one because it all gone, yeah.
What was your first gig, Mike?
It was the Straubs at the Congress Theatre in Eastbourne. Must have been about 1970, 71.
Okay.
Was it Ghost or Hero and Heroin or before that? No, it was before that.
God, I can't
remember. Probably Grave New World.
Probably would have been, wouldn't it?
Oh, I love that album.
Yeah. But they were great. They were really good.
Yeah.
Top 10 bands.
They don't get spoke about much, do they, in the VC, the Straubs, really? Bit more fashionable, aren't they?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said VC, so that don't include you.
Yeah, I've picked up a couple of their albums.
So what about then you, Rob? What was your first concert?
Elvis Costello.
Wow. That's a good one to start on.
Yeah. So it was the 9th of January 1979. So my sister was, my older sister, she's like 5 years older than me. And she was at uni and she was home from uni and she was supposed to be going with this guy and the guy weren't well. So I got his ticket and it was Richard Hell and the Voidoids, which I didn't realize at the time. That's the guy out of television, I think.
Yeah.
And then John Cooper Clarke, who's the folk poet from Manchester, he was on. And then Elvis Costello. But to me, Elvis Costello in 1979, that's Elvis Costello at his best.
Yeah.
I've never seen him since.
I agree with you. I've seen Elvis Costello once, and it was 1977, and it was on the Live Stiffs tour. So, although he was kind of him and Ian Jury sort of like got the headlines, but I think he must have only done about 20-25 minutes.
Was Reckless Eric on that?
Yeah, Reckless Eric, Lena Lovitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
That's
The
quite a
guy who
well-known.
did Police Car. Oh,
The reggae, you don't mean Smiley Culture. No, that's
No.
that's the policeman.
Nick Lowe. Nick Lowe was there as
Nick
well.
Lowe.
Not that he
Right.
did Police Car, yeah. But there were two stiff tours that went on, and they kind of merged together a little bit. You know, there was the one in '77, and there was another one a year later.
Yeah. There was like was there like a two-tone tour, Nick, in like '79 with Madness
Yeah, there was
and the Specials.
Madness Specials Selector. There's
Did you go to that?
no, I was too young for that at the time, Rob.
Right. Okay.
I never left school till about '84, I think it was. My mum,
Yeah.
the
I think there's
furthest
footage
line.
of it on YouTube, isn't there?
Yeah, there's some sort of famous pictures of it all knocking around as well.
Yeah. You'd have loved that, wouldn't you?
Oh Christ, yeah, wouldn't I just?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Madness, the Selector, and the Specials.
Yeah. It don't get any better than that, does it?
No, sorry to interrupt you. Parent Dave said that Arctic Monkeys may not appear at Glastonbury. Alex Turner is suffering from acute laryngitis.
Well, have you heard who the backup's going to be?
No.
I heard a whisper that it was going to be Pulp.
Mm.
Oh, it might even be Queen of the Stone Age, because they appeared in Halifax on Tuesday, I think. So they're around as well. So it could be. But I did heard a whisper that Pulp, they might even be doing a show. Because like my son's gone to Glastonbury, but he's not there till tomorrow. But they do they have like a bit of a mini headliner on Thursday. And someone was saying it might be Pulp. But if Alex Turner's not feeling up to it, they're going to have to replace him pretty quickly. Might be Blur.
Yeah, he says Foo Fighters are currently favourites to replace if needed.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
the thing is,
are also in the mix. I mean, it happened a few years ago, didn't it, with U2? They were supposed to have headlined, and Bono had hurt himself, so Muse stepped in, and The Edge came on and played in the set. Talking of the Foo Fighters, I was watching a clip of Dave Grohl on YouTube, and apparently he was talking about when Christopher Walken was hosting Saturday Night Live, and he wanted to know how to pronounce Foo Fighters. And Dave Grohl did a great impression of Chris Walken. The Foo Fighters, you know.
Right.
They did it on purpose, so you would say Foo Fighters like that.
I've got a question for all the panel.
Oh dear.
So if you could do Glastonbury and have 3 headliners, and you could choose anybody, who would you have as your 3 headliners of all time? Your 3 favourites for the headliners.
Dead or alive?
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Who would you have? One at a time.
Okay. Okay. Friday night will be the Straubs.
Right.
Okay. Because we just talked about them, but I've always loved the Straubs. Saturday night would be this is a toss up. Okay, Saturday night would be Porcupine Tree.
Right.
With Steven Wilson. And then Sunday night would be Marillion.
Right.
For me, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get Kate Bush out there, but
well, you can have anyone. You can choose anybody.
I'm trying to be realistic.
Well, yeah. That's always been your problem.
And then Straubs is kind of because Dave Cousins hasn't been feeling well, I heard. So
right.
He's pretty old.
Yeah, Christopher's come up with Pink Floyd, Alice in Chains, and Jeff Buckley.
Right.
I saw Floyd.
I would have The Doors.
Right.
On Friday night. Genesis, the 5 of them on the Saturday night. And Sunday night, the Frantic Four status quo.
Right.
Oh. Yeah.
Well,
Off the
it's quite
top
a
of my
fun
head,
one, this, isn't it?
I reckon Ian Jury,
Oh, spot on.
Neil Young, and Joni Mitchell.
Is it
All
what's
good.
this? People you don't want to see or people you want to see?
Cheeky bugger, man.
It's going to be for me tonight, isn't he? Just because I live wrong side of Pennines. What
about you, Nick?
Well, if it could be absolutely anybody,
Yeah, anybody
it
at
would,
all.
it would have to be the Who with Whistle and Moon.
Yeah.
Madness with Chaz Smash back in the band.
Yeah.
The Who absolutely rocking. Madness to get the crowd dancing and jumping.
Yeah.
Who else? Oh, Christ. Not the biggest gig I've been to, but the best one I've ever seen. Got the crowd dancing. Desmond Decker.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Good shout.
That's thrown a curveball, isn't it?
Yeah.
We see he did about an hour at the Isle of Wight scooter rally in '85, and he was it absolutely fantastic. Got the whole crowd down. I was down near the front with a load of my mate. We were all dancing away, He did it all. Israelites, Itmec, 007, Shantytown, the lot. He was bloody fantastic. Best concert gig I've ever been to. One of my heroes.
What about you, Simon?
Well, I've got to say the Beatles. Beatles, the Stones, and probably Oasis.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen Oasis, but mine would be the Who on a Friday, and then I'd have the Smiths on the Saturday, and then obviously the Jam on the Sunday.
Got a good one for Michael. Genesis with Peter Gabriel, the Rolling Stones with Brian Jones and Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, that's good.
Then we've got from Richard Val Doonican, Nana Muscuri, Flanagan and Allen.
I thought Richard would have had the Wombles.
Yeah, he's left out Peters and Lee, hasn't he?
Peters and Lee.
Here's Dave. Mike Oldfield on the Friday, Alan Parsons on the Sunday, and Supertramps on the Sunday. Great choices there. Yeah. Charles has come up with Porcupine Tree, Stone Roses and Thin Lizzy. Excellent choices and great ones coming from the Rankers Gallery tonight.
Yeah.
I'm going to add another one on this, keeping the Gladstone thing. You know, on the Saturday afternoon, they have that like an oldie on.
Well, it's Sunday, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, Sunday when they have the oldies on. Who would you like to see as the oldie?
Well, they had Rolf Harris, didn't they, once?
Yeah. You know what I'd like to see on the Sunday afternoon?
Let me have a think about that.
T-Rex.
Well, Richard for his Glastonbury, surely he'd have T-Rex, he'd have Bowie, and then I'm not sure who else he would have. Maybe Queen. Maybe.
Yeah, Ed Topo, Sun Ra, Sabbath, and Banana Rama. Now there's some great combinations. Ivan's gone with Prince and Elvis and the Eagles. Yeah, that's a good call.
Every time someone lists one, you think, oh yeah, what about Prince? I've seen Prince. He was amazing.
You see, there we go. The Wombles played Glastonbury in 2011.
Yeah. They did, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah, there's clips of them on YouTube, and they were absolutely rocking. They were going mental.
Has he done Glastonbury? As Cliff Richard, he must have done it, mustn't he?
Good
yeah.
Clifford or Leo Sayer. What about Leo Sayer?
Oh bloody hell! It's
I like a bit of Leo.
Yeah. Gilbert O'Sullivan did Glastonbury, didn't they?
Yeah, Gilbert. I really like Gilbert O'Sullivan. He was brilliant.
Yeah. I used to love him. Yeah. Especially the flat cap and the haircut. Yeah.
Well,
I love his song about the cup of tea. That is brilliant.
People talk about like the glam music in the sort of early 70s, but there was a lot of people sort of like, Gilbert O'Sullivan, etc. There was such talented people around at that time, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I think my perfect glam festival.
Yeah.
5 bands I'd have on like a glam rock day festival. I'd have the Arrows, great band. I would have Kenny,
right?
Slade.
Yeah.
Special guests. Oh, this would be tough.
the Goon Bay Dance Band.
That I'd have T-Rex, but I would have David Bowie and the Ziggy Stardust the Ziggy Years as my headliner.
Yeah.
What about Sweet?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd have to have a 6 liner. Yeah, I forgot about another special guest.
Yeah.
See, here's Richards. And Bowie, T-Rex, Slade, Sweet and Susie. Yeah. Another good lineup.
Talking of Slade, when I went to car boot sale on Saturday, there was a guy who was selling like sealed CDs for £1. And I've not even unsealed this yet. It came out a couple of years ago, this one. This Slade.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've got
great comp, Rob.
Yeah, it's sealed up for £1.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's still sealed. I've not opened it yet.
Yeah, it's a double, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a double, so it's the best of Slade. So there's going to be about 3 or 4 good tracks on this.
Here we go.
Yeah, sorry about that, Richard, but
I've got the vinyl, the vinyl edition of that. It's 2 albums in one bloody sleeve.
I'm going to open it. There you go. Look, I'm opening it. But for £1, and I've left it in the car, but they had Sweet as well, and that's a triple, and that was £1 as well. So there's the difference.
Yeah.
And there's the hype sticker. So yeah, for £1, I mean,
Yeah, you're in charge, Rob. I've got to go and let these nibs out.
All right, okay.
Yeah, that's a vinyl, Rob.
All right, if you got the...
Yeah, like Nick says, it's one of these annoying ones where you get a single sleeve.
Yeah. What?
They could have done a bloody gatefold, couldn't they?
Of course they could, yeah.
Have you got studio albums by Slade, or are you not that big a fan?
No.
I think I've just got the one. Hang on. Somewhere.
Oh, got another one here for you, Nick.
There we go.
For £1.
Slade.
That's the one I haven't got that one.
No, only studio album.
Slade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got Sladist, Slade Alive.
Yeah.
That album was popular when I was in high school or junior high.
Slade Alive.
But they didn't. I never really never really remember Slade being that big in the U.S.
I don't think they were that big in the U.S.
But that album that Mike showed, I remember that one like when I was in high school. I seen it in the store.
Yeah.
And they had didn't they have a a hit single back then off that album? Was it Come
Oh,
Feel?
I think they're all hits.
There's at least one on there, right?
Yeah, you've got.
Oh, that's the.
Yeah, Goodbye to James on there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's I thought Mama We're All Crazy Now. That's another hit.
On Slade, on the album Slade.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Come Feel the Noise. Was that Slade?
The what? Sorry.
Come On, Feel the Noise.
Yeah.
Come On, Feel the Noise. Yeah, that's Slade. Yeah.
That was the
one of their early ones. Yeah.
That was the hit single in the U.S. The only one I remember being a kid.
Yeah, an American band had a hit with that, didn't they? Was it?
Yeah, I think you're right, Rob. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Quiet Riot that had the hit?
Right, yeah.
But I remember Slade doing it.
Yeah.
Oasis did a cover of that as well, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they did, yeah. I've got a couple more CDs that I picked up for £1. Do you want to see them?
Yeah.
So, yeah, this guy, he had vinyl as well that was £3, and he had CDs that were all £1. I mean, that Slade, he had a box of like 30 all sealed up. So I picked that up. And then he only had one of these, but I'm sure this is one that Nick has got, this one.
Yeah, I've got a version of it.
Yeah, so this is a triple.
Yeah.
So this is still sealed up as well. I've not opened it. And then another one, this came out a couple of years ago, and it's Supergrass. So this is the best of Supergrass. I know Richard McCook got this on vinyl. So that's still sealed up as well. So this guy's got some pretty amazing stuff. I don't know where he gets it from, but best of Supergrass.
If you go again, Rob, and he's there with them Slade CD, pick us one up, will you?
We'll do. Yeah,
I'll sort you out the money. Well, mine is.
It's only £1. I'll charge you £5 for it.
Yeah, all right.
So is this stuff? It's not an auction as such, is it?
No, it's just racketeering, isn't it?
Racketeering. We don't do auctions. We do racketeering over here.
But so I go to this boot sale. So it's on Saturday morning at Barton Airport in Manchester. But if I'm working, obviously I don't go.
Yeah.
So I might not go this weekend because I might be working on Saturday. But
if you do go any time and he's there with them, pick us one up. That'd be brilliant.
He tends to be there about once a month. So if I do see him, like I say, he had a full box of those Slade. He had like Kings of Leon. I picked one of them up. He had a Fela Kuti. He had, like I say, he had that Sweet, a treble. Triple album. Sweet. He had some great stuff. And it's like I say, it's all sealed up. I've got to go now anyway because I'm going picking my daughter up.
Yeah, all right.
Well then, Rob.
So,
see you next week, Rob.
Okay, thanks a lot, Rob. We'll see you next week.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
And finally,
hey, it's Michael.
You know what? Michael has been sitting in the backstage for such a long time, but he's made a great contribution in the gallery tonight. So thank you for doing the responses in the gallery. But welcome, Michael.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
About 10 minutes, but you're here.
Yeah.
Very patient.
So Nick's my buddy. I watched your video. Your response to was it? I can't say Ala Muthare. What's it?
Aaron Mother Swimming a River. Alamare. Alamar.
Yeah.
Alamar was some of them.
And I noticed, well, couple things I want to let you know. I've been doing my homework. Okay. I now know what a buddy is. Okay.
Go on, then.
Buddy is the role that you get at a fish and chip shop, but it's the buddy is when you can't afford to put anything expensive in it, so you get butter on it and you get like toppings on it, And that's a buddy. It's like a poor man's sandwich if you can't afford the expensive sandwich at the fish and chip shop. Am I right?
It's an old British nickname for a sandwich in its basic form.
Basic, that's right. So it's at its basic form.
And it
derives from a French word meaning to butter, as in bread.
Yeah.
But it's basically an old British nickname for a sandwich.
I didn't know where that came from. Yeah, that's interesting, Nick.
Yeah.
There we go. Education on the UK volume stream. There we go. You don't get education like that anywhere else in the VC.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, Michael mentioned, Aaron Muta Alamari. Quite a lot of people have done responses to that, and they've been pretty good. Pretty varied. I've watched quite a few this week. What about other people?
Not me yet. I'm going to have a set session tomorrow night. Catching up on people's latest videos.
Yeah, but there's been some really, really good stuff, really varied stuff.
Anyway, before I get Michael, thank you very much for your lovely comments regarding Naomi and mine's production.
Yeah, it was. I really like the way that you didn't have that divider between the two windows. It really worked.
Yeah, do you know how I did that? It's just playing about with the contrast.
Huh.
So that's all I did.
Also, the lighting in both of your rooms was white, so it worked together, right?
Yeah.
It looked like the two of you were sitting next to each other.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It's probably one of the best produced ones I've done, even though I don't mind Naomi made it halfway through, her side froze, so we had to stop, do a quick new Zoom thing, and trying to get it to pin it together. It took me ages to get them clips to just run how they did, and the only way I could do it was put a black fade in because it was too jumpy, because I'd moved. It looked like I'd done a double shuffle. So, but thank you. I like these comments when you say, "Oh, that looks good," and when people say, if people think, "Oh, don't say anything negative," sometimes the negative bits help me to improve. So if you think there's something that's not quite right, please let me know. I won't be offended, guys. That goes to anybody in the gallery, because it helps me get it right. Because I'm a perfectionist, and if it isn't right, I don't like it, and I throw my toys out the pram.
But it doesn't have to be perfection to be good and interesting,
True.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's the content, isn't it? I mean, I really liked Naomi's story about her hitchhiking, getting caught out.
I can't believe that.
No, me neither. Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, presumably it's a big security thing, isn't it?
It's just a weird and wonderful thing they have out there. But we are going to be doing more together.
Good.
That's our second one, and I think we thoroughly enjoyed it. We're actually having a Zoom meeting tomorrow just to discuss future projects. So look out for more from Ranking the Obscure and 365 Days of Prague.
Good.
Well,
that's good.
Do some more of those 5 albums you wouldn't be without, but do it with other people as well, because it's really, really interesting. It's good to hear other people's thoughts and opinions on their own sort of records and that,
Yeah, I mean, I'd go for I'd have to go for another 5, because I don't want to do the same 5. But I think that that 5, the list actually started out at about 26, 27. So I've got plenty of albums that are, to me, priceless. But I mean, I'll pick the Marillion one, as I said to Art at the top of the show, because ironically, on last Saturday, it was the 30th anniversary since Miss Pace's Childhood had come out. but I deliberately didn't say that. I just said 17th of June, and I didn't say anything else. I didn't say today's his birthday. But yeah, it was a great show. We had a lot of fun doing that one.
You've got so many. There's so many diverse likes in this sort of big VC malarkey, isn't there?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Well, like Art said earlier on, it was you don't see the sort of stuff that you show on other VC channels, Nick.
No, well,
I mean the Judge Dredd, that was just that was out of left field. That was brilliant.
Yeah, well, there's loads of people who show albums, and by yourself included, Mike, people I've never even heard of. And if it wasn't for like VC channels, you'd never hear of them. You'd never ever listen. You think, oh, they sound interesting. I'll go and listen to them.
What I like.
Go on.
What I like is the focus when you take 5 and look at them. I'll give you an example, and it's not a ding on the channel in any way, but I like this channel, Big Star 1000, and he'll show records, and they're all incredible, but he'll show 20 records in one video, and I'm dying because it's like drinking from a fire hose, right? I really would rather just focus on a few and find out what's important about them and take, if I don't like what he's showing, I can just skip to the next one, but somehow focus on 5 really works for me.
I think that's
maybe you should adjust your 10 commandments, Michael. Because you said, didn't you? You said no longer than 20 minutes. So what's the maximum number of shows you're allowed?
What's that?
What's the maximum number of albums you're allowed to show in one video? Do you reckon?
Yeah, I'd have to make an adjustment. Maybe I'll do a 10 Commandments Part 2.
Yeah, I broke one of Michael's 10 Commandments. Big time. When I got up my Camelot yesterday, I looked at the time and I went, oops, because it was 59 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's funny enough though, people have said to me they like them because you're telling the story of the band and how they develop, and it's not just about talking about the albums, it's about the songs and how they crafted it. Yeah. So I'll try and make it interesting.
Yeah, I think there's a difference, though, Iain, that when you do these rankings, there's a lot of albums, so you're in for the long haul, and it all fits together. It's part of a whole. As you say, it's a story. That's different from sort of like 20 random albums being shown over the course of 30 minutes.
No, I wouldn't do that. I mean, as Michael says, it's just far too much. It's too much to take in. And I mean, 5's the perfect number because you can go into a bit of depth, and that's 10 albums between us. And because of the stories that go with these albums, I sat and watched it. I always sat and watched it, and even I was impressed with what we were doing. And I thought, I hope other people could see what we're trying to get to. And I mean, it's, for me, having 232 views on one of my videos, I'm chuffed. We did that. So we got plenty coming up. I mean, Richard and I are doing another one on Saturday. We're doing another number 2s from the 1960s. So, but I will have to contact all of them. I'll have to do something with you guys instead of just chops in. So I'm definitely gonna come on one of your live streams, Michael. I'm going to set my alarm, and I'm gonna I don't know what it'll be, but one day I will just pop up.
Well, I'm this is doing this for 2 reasons. I'm getting up early, but I'm also thinking about maybe I can get up early and try to do a different live stream at a similar hour to this one on a different day. Maybe I can pull it off.
Oh, that'd be good.
Mm.
I'll definitely come up. I mean, I spent a few moments with Scott from the Prog Corner yesterday. And what was nice, I didn't say, hello, it's Iain. I just put something. It goes, Iain's in the house.
Mm.
So I go, well, when Scott says Iain's in the house, you know you're getting your name about. So if Scott's watched This Is This, thank you, Scott. It was great. Very short, but it was really nice. So what's everyone's plans? What's coming up on all your channels?
No plans, just winging it. I think week from week.
As you do.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you put something out, Simon, it's good. It's worth the wait.
I'm going to go ahead and do that show I was talking about earlier. That's on my hit list, and then I want to do a mid-year review on my favorite records that have come out this year so far. So I think I've got 5. That's all I've got. So it'll be a top 5, and actually 2 of them are in New Jersey right now. I left them up there when I went on vacation at my buddy's house, and he's gonna listen to them, and then he's gonna send them back. So I got to wait till they come back, and then I can show all 5. But I figure it's June, so it's about time to do a half-year show. And then I also want to look into putting some more graphics and editing some stuff that Ian's going to send me a little something, and then maybe get that program, and then I can, put that into my showing the records and make it more interesting. So.
Record Hound. Yes, I have done humour.
Have you got any wallflowers in your collection?
Is that Bob Dylan's son?
No, the band Wallflowers.
The only one I ever seen was Bob Dylan has a son that has a band called the Wallflowers.
All right, no, I don't think it's anything to do.
But I've seen the CDs like in Goodwill, or it's nothing I would listen to, but.
All right.
Yeah.
Just wondered.
Oh, I'm just typing something. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll just say it. Record Hound. It's easier. Yeah, we do. As this question says about humour. Yeah, I have done a couple of comedy ones that are in the channel. If Dave nicely will put up the link for that. But I am going to be doing a Monty Python song. 20 of my favourite songs from Monty Python. I'm doing 20 because there's some very little short ones. And all I know, I've got to be careful on what I put, because some of them very, very rude. But you can't leave them out because they are part of that Python culture. So yes, we are going to have a bit of humour. We do a bit of humour. I've done Ken Dodd and the Diddy Men. For those that you know who the Diddy Men are.
Where's the Lumberjack song fit in?
I love that song. I think that's absolutely brilliant. And the one I do like is the one. No, yeah, Dave's just put that up for Record Hound. If you will go and have a look, there's the link, Record Hound. I'll leave it up there for you to look at. Yes, there's the Noel Coward ditty. It's because I'm ignoring him. Shut up. I don't know if you can see him down there.
I can see him just fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's part of the show.
He's the star of the show and not me. Yeah, so the we're going to do the Bozos. Yes, Ed, I'm going to do something on the Bozos. I mean, I've done some shorts on the Ruttles this week.
Bless you.
Yeah, I've done and I'm going to actually review the Ruttles albums as well. So there's lots of sort of parody comedy coming up. It's not just all about that. I'm going to sort of, as I said in May, I'm going to expand this more this year and do different things. So lots to look forward to. Anyway, because I'm still poor at the moment and not going to upgrade, the upgrade is going to come. I'm going to have to talk to a few friendly bank managers and my pension people and because I think it's time to do this thing. I mean, I know Michael and Simon were discussing this the other week. I think that time is coming very close now. So I think there's people who want to come up. So once again, I'm going to say big thank you to Michael for sitting in the background for such a long time. But it's always a pleasure to have you here, Michael.
Thank you.
You're certainly a part of this stream now. You're getting mentions on Rachel's Ghost that you keep coming on mine.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
I'm so modest.
Yeah. And someone actually asked me today, because I did pop in to promote this, and said, will Michael Ricefield be there? I said, I don't know, but who knows? Art, all the way from North Carolina. It's always a pleasure you having up here and having the American view on things.
Yeah. I've got a question for Michael. How do you like it in Japan?
Well, I like it. It's not my first time here, Art.
Oh.
I came here in 1981. I lived in Tokyo for 8 years. So I had a really good, like an expat experience in Tokyo as a young man. And I met my then wife, and we moved back to the States and lived there for 20 years. So, we kind of made a decision, once we reached retirement age about which country we would end up in. And that's why I've moved back to Japan. That makes sense?
I was in the Navy for 20 years, and I was stationed in the Philippines for 3 years. So that was the people there were just wonderful. I loved my time in the Philippines, and so that was nice. I flew into the Tokyo airport. And we flew out. The only thing I remember is everybody eating noodles in the airport. That's the only thing I remember. Yeah.
Speaking of the Philippines, Iain, Stevie, Vinyl Cupboard, he's vacationing in the Philippines, and so he wanted me to let you know.
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's not going to be able to come on here for another couple of weeks. He wanted me to let you know that.
Oh, I'll send him a message. But yes, I saw his on your live stream, and it looked like he was in a great big greenhouse, and you could see his face. You could see him. He was so funny. He was.
The heat's really tough in the Philippines. It's very hot and humid there.
Where is he in? Is he in Manila?
He's in Cebu, CEBU.
Oh, that's an island down south.
Yeah.
We got great seashells.
A bit warm and sticky.
Yeah, a bit warm.
Yeah, a bit warm, yeah. Near Palawan. Palawan is where the leper colony is. That's what they told me. I don't know if that's true or not.
Anyway, once again, thank you, Nick, all the way from Corby up the road, doing his Gumby impressions with his knotted hanky. As ever, Mike, great to have you up here. It's a pleasure. And, of course, Simon, who's sort of part of the furniture.
Yeah.
You're part of the furniture now. So, and for you in the Rankers Gallery, thank you very much for all your contributions. It's great that you really are starting to take part, and even when we have the panel questions, you all take part. And once again, thank you very much for Rob Walker and his wonderful quiz. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to do REM tomorrow live, bit of REM live, and the new Extreme album, 15 years in the waiting. So that's all coming up, and I will see you all next week, same place, same time.
Yeah, well, thanks as always for organising this, Iain, and I'll see you next week.
Pleasure.
Good to see you all.
I'll see you next week, and we're